Hello, great minds. I want to welcome you all to this very all important training that is planned and prepared to be a blessing, because certainly, if you follow every bit of this training, you will not just end up registering your own business, you will also have the opportunity to earn income for yourself by the knowledge that you will gain from this training. And remember, all we are doing is just a bit to say thank you to the society. We have been privileged to enjoy a whole lot from it, and then we're also giving back to the society via this training this season. So I want to encourage you to follow carefully every bit of the training. So I would like to share with you, like today being the first section of the training, we are looking at the introduction. I'd like you to follow keenly, follow carefully as we progress in this training. So I'd like to share with you my screen, and then we progress with the introduction. Okay, so moving right away, we want to begin by the introduction to CAC and business name registration, and then we'll be looking at some few bullet points, which is going to be like our course content for today. And the first, we'll be looking at the meaning of CAC, and after that we proceed to what is business name, because we need to understand what business name is and under which category it falls under in the CAC category of business and company registration. And then the third one, we see other types and category we can find in CAC. So moving ahead, we will look at the meaning of CAC. What comes into your mind when you hear the word CAC? Okay, so let's go. And the CAC, it stands for Corporate Affairs Commission, and is a body of the Nigerian government responsible for the regulation and management of companies in Nigeria. So basically, if you have a business or a company in Nigeria, it is expected of you to register it under the Corporate Affairs Commission for your business to be legally known by the government. And then perhaps you want to run business transaction contract, certainly you have to register for you to have the privilege to run contract, particularly if it's a federal government contract or state or a local government. And some private will insist you also have a registered business for you to be able to transact with them. So it was introduced in 1990 with the passing of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. It is headed by a chairman and closely assisted by the registrar general, and you can also call them CEO. So if you've not registered your business before, I think the first thing that comes into your mind, you have to make your business a legal entity with CAC, and these are the things you let your potential customers, for those that want to move ahead to make this a business. You need to let your customers understand this, that is very important for them to register their businesses. Okay, so next we'll be looking at some of the function of CAC. And when we say CAC, we're talking about Corporate Affairs Commission. The function of the commission, as set out in Section 7 of the Companies and Allied Acts, include the following: to administer the act, to introducing the regulation and supervision of the formation, incorporation, management, and winding up of companies and businesses. So you just need to have this at the tip of your finger, just in case you want to talk to somebody about it. And then moving ahead, we also look at the meaning of business name. This is the main thing we are working on, the meaning of business name. You need to understand this very carefully, because there are differences in the category of registration we have under CAC, so that you don't mix it up. Okay, so we said registering a business name with CAC makes a business a separate legal entity. This means that the business is like a person recognized by the law. The incorporated business is regarded by the law to be a separate entity and will be independent of the member or people controlling it. So you need to understand that the small business, the laundering business you do it should be considered to be registered under the business name category. Laundering, maybe you do small buying and selling, mini store, mini market, or perhaps you do a small cleaning job. You need to have these at the back of your mind, that you have to register your business. That's where the business name comes in. So when you do this, the government recognizes you and your business by law, and then with this you can carry, basically contract another transaction, and then you have the right to function well and make the best out of your business. So we have that under, we have small business cafe. You can also register it under business name. So we also progress and look at um, the meaning of business name still continues. Let's just look at business name registration in CAC can be sole proprietorship or partnership business. Now, when we talk about sole proprietorship, we mean this business is owned by one person. So you are the main owner, and so you decide, okay, I'm the owner of my laundry and I want to register it by myself. So you can register that business under business name category, and then as a sole proprietor ship business. Or you can also do a partnership. Partnership simply means you have one or two persons coming together, say let's register our business with the CAC, and then we are working together as a team. So you have everybody come together, and then they bring their details, and then proceed with the registration. And it has a special nomenclature. Very important, you need to understand there are reserved words. There are words you can use to register a business name. You don't just put words, otherwise you'll be losing money. I will explain better when we get in deep into the training. You don't just go ahead and choose any name. You need to choose it in accordance with the category of registration you are working with. Take for instance, you want to register under a business name category. That business name, it can be an enterprise, it can be a venture. For example, let's say we use Evergreen Royal Enterprises, it will go. Now the word enterprise is a category in business name. You can use it freely. You can also want to say Evergreen Ventures. Evergreen Ventures, this name will go. But there are some reserved words you can use when you are registering a business name. Take for instance, you want to register a business name, and then you now use Evergreen Royal Company. Because of that word company, that company is a reserved word that cannot be used under business name registration. So you need to be very careful. You can also use a simple name like Evergreen Royal, Evergreen Royal Concept. Yes, it can still go. Or you want to say geotech space. Now these are simple words you can use to register your business name. And small businesses can be registered under this category, and when you do that, we call such a registration as business name registration. Formally, we do register schools under business name, but unfortunately the government considered it no longer a part of business name registration. So for someone that wants to register a school, for instance, you have to consider registering it under other categories in CAC, which we'll be looking at shortly. I believe you are getting value from this training. Perhaps you've not subscribed to the channel. Why don't you just do that quickly? Subscribe to our channel. You can also share this with a friend, family. Let them also benefit from this training. So moving ahead, we'll look at the next on our list, other categories under CAC, and we have basically, among others, we have just this. The first on that other list of category is company, and under company we have private company limited by shares. This is one of the um, most uh, commonly registered by many clients. Private company limited by shares, and then under this category you have shareholders, you have directors. Now understand that this is absolutely different from a business name. But perhaps you can register your business name, and then in the future you can upgrade it to a company. It's acceptable. It's acceptable. And other under that same category, we have public limited company, and then others. We have others in that list. We will look it as we progress in the training. So what can you register here? For example, you can register an oil and gas company. You can register a school, particularly understand. You can also register um, a management project management company. You can also register. In general, you can register big companies. So these are some of the things you need to understand in CSA. And then the second category is the non-governmental organization, a non-profit organization. This under this category we have the church, we have foundation, charity foundation, we have association, community association, old school friends association, and all of that. So these are just things you need to have understanding even while you work with your main business name registration. You need to have understanding of this, and in the future perhaps you get to learn it also. But for the purpose of this training, our emphasis and our focus is learning how to register using the business name category. Thank you, and we'll progress with the training.